Coming up, Jacksonville State heading into the Conference USA. We'll open up the Southern Sports Now mailbag and much more. Stay with us at Southern Sports Now. Welcome in on this Friday, June the 30th. Yes, we have approached the final day of the month of June. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great week. I'm Chase Robinson, and we appreciate you for hanging out with us here on Southern Sports Now. We got a lot to dive into over the next little bit here on Facebook, on the East Alabama Now Facebook page. We're on YouTube, on the East Alabama Now YouTube channel. You can follow us on Twitter at EAN_sports. But go ahead and like the Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share it with your friends, spread the word about Southern Sports Now. We are East Alabama's only daily sports talk show, and we are glad to bring you all the latest sports information. And we got a lot of that to pass along to you today. But we'll start with our countdowns to football. We'll start with our countdown to college football as we are 57 days away from the college football season. Saturday, August the 26th is week 0 of the college football season. 10 games on the slate that day, including Jacksonville State and UTEP. They will get the season going there at Burgess Snow Field, but we are 57 days away from college football. High school football, we are 55 days away from the start of the high school football season. Thursday night, August the 24th, is the start of the season. That is week 0. And lots of local teams will be in action that day. So we are 55 days away, 8 weeks from tonight. There will be high school football games here in the state of Alabama. So we are excited for high school football season as well. So lot to cover today. We'll dive into the mailbag a little bit later on, but some Braves news to pass along to you, and some exciting Braves news because the All-Star game coming up in a couple of weeks, but some Atlanta Braves are going to be on that roster, and going not only on the roster, but going to be in the starting lineup. Ronald Acuna was the first player in Major League Baseball to secure a spot in the starting lineup for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. But he'll have a couple of teammates with him alongside. Sean Murphy and Orlando Arcia both will be in the All-Star Game. Now, this is huge for both of those guys. Arcia, this is the first year that he's in the starting lineup. Sean Murphy, this is his first year with the Braves. He came in after spending time there with the Oakland A's as a catcher. He came to Atlanta in the offseason and has been a big part of their success. Orlando Arcia, a guy who we saw come in when Ozzie Albies was out some last year, when some of the other infielders were out, Arcia would come in. But this year, he earned the role of starting shortstop back in spring training. And so Orlando Arcia has made his way into the starting lineup of the All-Star game as well. So 3 Atlanta Braves in the National League starting lineup. That's very exciting. You don't see that a lot in baseball, to have multiple players there starting, but that just kind of shows where the Braves are at right now. They're playing great baseball, lots of talent up and down this lineup, and so I'm excited to see the All-Star game coming up in a couple of weeks. But Ronald Acuna definitely already was the first to go in the lineup there. There is another round of voting for the All-Star roster, so maybe we could see another Brave make it, but this is the first time since 1998 that 3 players from the Braves have made the starting lineup. Now, 98, it was Greg Maddux, Walt Weiss, and Chipper Jones started for the National League team, and this year it will be Sean Murphy, Ronald Acuna, and Orlando Arcia. Now, the game is going to be played up in Seattle on July 11th. And I hate what they've done with the All-Star game as far as the uniforms. From what I'm hearing and from what they've been putting out, they're going to be wearing Mariners-colored jerseys for the All-Star game. I was always a proponent of just the players wore whatever jersey they wore, with the Braves or whatever team it was. A couple of years ago, they tried to get fancy and had National League uniforms and American League uniforms. They've started wearing different hats, but now I believe they're going to be wearing Mariners-colored uniforms, which I don't like at all. Don't put players in colored jerseys that have nothing to do with the team they play for. That's, to me, just common sense. But, hey, I'm going to be watching because 3 Atlanta Braves in the starting lineup is a big deal for the National League team. Braves are playing really good right now. A lot of good things, a lot of exciting things happening with Atlanta. But we're going to jump to a break because we got a lot more we got to dive into today, including the mailbag. We'll talk Jacksonville State athletics next. It's a big day tomorrow for the Gamecocks. We'll discuss it on the other side.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welber Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
EAN Sports is proud to bring you the best, most informative local sports content, and we want your help to be able to do that. If you have a story idea, a tip for our sportscast, or even a highlight clip you want to see on EAN Local Sports, send us an email, eansports23@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter @EAN_sports, or you can send it to the EAN News Facebook page. EAN Sports, bringing you the local sports happening in your community.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
If you see some interesting weather phenomenon in your backyard here in East Alabama, send that to us. We would love to hear from you. Send that to us at the email address you see on your screen or through Facebook at EAN News.
Ted's Floors and Beyond. They bring you Southern sports now each and every day. Of course, they have all types of flooring, hardwood, laminate, carpet, tile, luxury vinyl. They will install it for you. They've also added a really cool feature, and that is their partnership with Welborn Cabinet. They now offer you a complete kitchen or bath makeover. That includes cabinets, countertops, flooring, backsplashes, and tile showers. 0% interest financing for 12 months and free in-home estimates. There's a lifetime warranty on flooring installation. They're locally owned and operated, so go check them out. They're on Highway 431 in Anniston, or visit them online, shopteds.com. Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you Southern sports now. Hope you're enjoying your Friday. Hope you're staying cool today. It is a hot one out there. As typical 4th of July weather, though, as we'll be celebrating that coming up next week. But as July rolls in, it's a day that Jacksonville State fans, coaches, administrators, everybody with Jacksonville State has been excited for July 4th or July 1st, 2023 for almost a year now, because that means that Jacksonville State will officially be a member of Conference USA. This is a big deal. This is something, it happened rather quickly, but it was an opportunity Jacksonville State had to jump on immediately. I remember talking with Greg Seitz back during the fall and him saying, this happened quick, but it's going to be a great move for Jacksonville State when you look at long term, especially when it comes to football, because now the football is not going to be in the FCS. It's going to be at the highest level of FBS. It'll be Division I now. And so this is a big step up for Jacksonville State, a big step up for football, really all sports. The competition in Conference USA is huge. And we've talked about the TV deal. Jacksonville State is going to have several nationally televised college football games this year, because during Conference USA, we'll see the same for basketball. There'll be quite a few nationally televised basketball games as well. So Jacksonville State will get so much exposure from this move up to Conference USA. They spent a couple of years most recently in the ASUN. We saw the issues that came with being in the ASUN. And so this is an exciting day tomorrow as the Gamecocks officially become members of Conference USA. Let's take a look at the other teams who will be there in the conference with the Gamecocks, as it is a number of really good teams. You see Jacksonville State, Florida International will be a member of Conference USA. The Liberty Flames, Jacksonville State has been in the ASUN with Liberty, so they will be together there in Conference USA. Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee, New Mexico State, Sam Houston, UTEP, and Western Kentucky. So you look, if you were to make a map and put and pinpoint each one of these schools, this is not a regionally based conference. You know, a lot of conferences, especially with the ASUN, there was a lot of Alabama, Georgia, Florida. Of course, you have the SEC covering the Southeast. But Conference USA, you got Jacksonville State, of course, in Alabama, Florida International, Florida obviously, Liberty up in Virginia. You got Louisiana, Tennessee, New Mexico. Sam Houston State is in Texas. University of Texas at El Paso is UTEP, so they're in Texas, and Kentucky. So you've got a number of different states and regions represented here in Conference USA. And so there's going to be a lot of traveling, a lot of long road trips. Think about Gamecocks going over to New Mexico to play in all the sports, making a couple trips to Texas, up to Virginia, down to Florida. So, I mean, they're going to be all over the place with Conference USA. But these are some really good teams. This is going to be really competitive. It's a new slate of teams to learn, you know, and I think a lot of Jack State fans kind of grew familiar with, you know, Austin Peay and Eastern Kentucky and those teams that they played so much in the OVC. And we started getting familiar with Jacksonville University and Kennesaw State, which Kennesaw will be joining Conference USA in 2024, so next year. But a lot of teams in the ASUN. Now you have a new slate of teams to learn, and this is going to be some really good football. Sam Houston won the FCS National Championship a couple of years ago. Of course, Liberty is where Hugh Freeze most recently was, and they had a first-round draft pick at quarterback last year. I mean, this is some really good football teams, really good basketball teams. This is going to be a big step for Jacksonville State, and one that I think the Gamecocks can be successful in. But not only the competition, but really just what comes with being in the Conference USA, I think, is what's going to benefit Jacksonville State the most. The exposure, now the opportunity to have more scholarships as they move up to Division I as part of the FBS. Well, more scholarships come for football and for other sports as well, so they're able to bring in other talent. So this is big for Jacksonville State. Big day tomorrow as they make the move up officially to Conference USA. And we'll talk with Athletic Director Greg Seitz coming up next week and get his thoughts on the move and how everything is transitioning as they move over to Conference USA, as they begin playing Conference USA coming up this fall with volleyball and football, and then we'll move into basketball and the rest of the sports in a very competitive Conference USA. So big day for the Gamecocks. We'll jump to a break here. Coming up next, we will open up that Southern Sports Now mailbag. Stick around.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welberg Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community.
The air's
WM
on.
offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
East Alabama Now Local News has been bringing you the best local news coverage for 6 months. And now we're growing.
EAN News will be available to you 5 nights a week with new faces, new content, and coverage that is second to none.
We'll be bringing you the weather that matters to your neighborhood and to you. Rain or shine, you'll be in the know.
Sports always brings communities together, and EAN Sports will have coverage of all of our area events.
East Alabama Now, local news, new faces, same great coverage. Starting 5 days a week, May 1st. EAN Local News, your news on your schedule.
It is Southern Sports Now here on this Friday. Hope you're having a great day today as we get ready to head into a big weekend in sports. And we're thrilled you are joining us here today. As we just talked some Jacksonville State, we're going to flip over to our mailbag. It is the Southern Sports Now mailbag that we open every Friday, and here's how you can submit questions. And you can submit questions all throughout the week, and we'll get to them on Fridays. The first way you can do that is by sending us an email, eansports23@gmail.com. You can send us a message on Facebook on the East Alabama Now Facebook page, or you can send us a direct message there on Twitter at EAN_sports. But those are the ways you can get with us with the Southern Sports Now mailbag. So let's dive into that mailbag here. We got a couple of really good questions. The first one kind of has to do with what we were talking about last segment, and that is, how will JSU do in their first year in Division I? This is a great question, and I think a lot of people are asking this because it is different. It is different moving from the FCS level now to the FBS level. And so growing pains will come. That's obvious. Anytime you move into kind of a new level where players are bigger, faster, stronger, where teams have had more resources than you have had as of recently, they're able to bring in bigger players. They have more money to spend. And that's what JSU is going to eventually work their way up into that. But there will be some growing pains. But as far as this year, I think they do have the potential to have a decent year, just with the talent that's coming back, with the players that Rich Rod has on his team, with the coaching staff, the experience that they have. I mean, that's why they hired Rich Rod, is to help them into this transition. And they got teams on their schedule. Of course, UTEP, East Tennessee State, got Coastal Carolina on the road, Sam Houston, Middle Tennessee, Liberty, Western Kentucky, FIU. You go to South Carolina, take on the Gamecocks. It'll be Gamecocks versus Gamecocks. They're November 4th. But a tough schedule when you look at it from a perspective of the Gamecocks moving up. Last year they played 2 FBS opponents in Tulsa and in Southeast Louisiana. They lost both of those games. And so I do think that Gamecock fans need to be ready for this transition, for some growing pains. But I think it's going to be a quick transition for Jacksonville State. I really do. I think they know what to expect. They know how to handle it. And that goes back to the experience of the coaching staff, like I was saying, kind of the reason they brought these guys in here. And so how will JSU do in their first year in Division I? I think they'll have a decent year. I really do. Again, based on the experience they have on the team and the coaching staff, I think it's going to be a decent year. But again, expect some growing pains. That's just part of it in this league, in Conference USA and in FBS football, and kind of how it works. Just to give you a heads up, as far as a bowl game for Jacksonville State, if since this is their first year in the FBS, if they are bowl eligible, if they win the amount of games to go to a bowl game and there is a spot left, they can make a bowl game. So there would have to be enough bowl games or not enough teams make it for Jacksonville State to be able to make it, since this is their first year in the FBS. But there is a way for them to get a bowl game, but we'll have to see if they can get to that point here in year one. But I'm excited to see what Rich Rod and the staff can do with the Gamecocks this year. So appreciate that question in the mailbag. Our next question, is Mike Soroka ready for another start? Now, this was breaking news earlier today. Mike Soroka is going to be starting for the Braves tonight as they begin their series with the Marlins. Now, as we remember, and we've talked about it several times, Soroka came back up, pitched, had one start with the Braves, 2 starts with the Braves. They did not go great. They sent it back down to Gwinnett, and just in the situation that the Braves are in right now, they needed him back. And so he's going to get the start tonight. Is he ready? I don't know. He's pitched some good games in Gwinnett, but he had pitched some good games in Gwinnett before they called him up the last time. So I think he just needs more experience. Is he ready? I'm not sure. But there's no way to get ready other than to get in there and get some reps. And he's been getting reps, in AAA. But to me, you're going to see the best baseball this weekend against a really good Marlins team. And so is he ready? We'll just have to wait and see. But I think there's a potential that Soroka, this could really help him having the opportunity to face the bats that he's going to face tonight with Miami. And so I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm glad to see him healing and able to get out and pitch. For a while we weren't even sure if he was going to be back in the game of baseball. That's just with all the injuries that he had and things, he wasn't healing. He wasn't able to get the reps he needed. So it looked like that maybe he wouldn't play baseball again. So I'm just glad that Mike Soroka is able to play, that they have enough trust in him, the organization does, to bring him back up. I think that has something, that should say something to you, that they chose him to bring up when there's other guys that they could have called up to the organization. So we'll find out tonight if he's ready, but I think that he may be the best bet right now for the Braves in that fifth starter role for Atlanta. Charlie Morton will be back on the mound tomorrow night in this Marlins series. We should see Spencer Strider, but they needed that fifth guy, and it's Soroka. We'll see how he does there. But again, I'm just glad to see Mike Soroka battling and still having a chance, still getting that spot and that opportunity to pitch at a high level, because he is an outstanding pitcher. Just battled so many unfortunate injuries in his career. But the Braves trust him, and they're going to put that ball in his hand on the mound tonight, and he'll try to lead the Braves to a win in a very crucial series with the Miami Marlins. And so appreciate that question there. If Mike Soroka is ready for that start tonight, well, we will find out here in just a couple of hours as the Braves will take the field against the Miami Marlins. And so looking forward to some Braves baseball this weekend. But appreciate the questions there on the Southern Sports Now mailbag. Let's give you another look at how you can send those questions in. You can do it by email, Facebook, Twitter. Drop it on the video right now. If you're watching, you can send us a question that way. But EANSports23@gmail.com. East Alabama Now on Facebook, at EAN_sports on Twitter, or drop it below in the comments. We'll jump to a break. We'll give you what to watch as we head into the weekend. We will do that on the other side.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's floors, and beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welber Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brodney Sneed from both CARES and Direct Primary Care. Direct Primary Care is an exciting new model of medical care growing on both the East and West Coast. It's been recommended by Forbes and the American Academy of Family Physicians and others for individuals or small businesses with or without health insurance. The pure simplicity of a membership model streamlines the burden of medical care. It eliminates 60% of the overhead. That streamlining allows providers time to focus on patients with free, no copay, no deductible, unhurried office visits or telehealth visits with minimal waiting room time. It produces same or next day appointments and access by text or telephone during and after hours. It saves you from leaving work, wasting time and getting exposed in a waiting room. And the convenience and cost with barriers removed helps one avoid letting problems like a sore throat turn into an expensive ER or hospital visit for pneumonia. If you're interested, search the web for CARES Direct Primary Care.
Now we continue here on this Friday. Get ready for a big weekend. Hope your Friday is going great for you. I'm Chase Robinson, and we're glad you are hanging out with us. And if you're looking for something to watch this weekend, we've got several things on tap that you can check out. These are, again, just a few of the things going on in the wide world of sports. Braves fans, it is a big series. You got the Bravos playing host to the Miami Marlins, and the Marlins have been playing really good baseball as of late. In fact, they have trying to inch their way up to the top of the NL East. Of course, the Braves are at the top of National League East, but the Marlins sit in second with a record of 48-34, and so they are playing great baseball. They're fun to watch. They hit the ball really good, but they are coming to Truist Park, so the Braves will look to defend their home field. That should be a really good series. That begins tonight and goes through the weekend there at Truist Park. So if you can bear the heat, go check out the Braves and the Miami Marlins in Atlanta. But if not, you can do what I'll be doing and watching it on TV because it is cooler inside. Also this weekend is the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Golf fans, gotta love this, taking place up at the Detroit Golf Club up in Detroit, Michigan. And right now, as we sit, Taylor Moore is 13 under. He's 5 under today, and he is in the lead. And you got, I know we're keeping an eye on guys like Justin Thomas, who usually plays pretty well in this one. Tony Finau won last year. Ricky Fowler is having a tough opening round there in the Rocket Mortgage Classic, but that will run through Sunday. So golf fans, you've got some golf to watch this weekend. On the PGA Tour, is honestly we're still trying to figure out what's going to happen moving forward with golf. Things just feel like come out every day involving that. But there is a LIV tournament this week as the LIV Golf Invitational in Spain is happening as well. And we see Dustin Johnson playing really good in that one as we sit right now. So golf fans have some things to watch this weekend, but we always want to point you to our hometown Vipers. The Smash It Sports Vipers will be back at Choccolocco Park this weekend, taking on the USSSA Pride. The Pride was actually the first professional softball team that they really have ever had. And so the Pride is the longest running pro team. They are going to be at Choccolocco Park taking on the Vipers this weekend. Some really good talent there on the Pride, and but the Vipers playing really good. They were literally a controversial call away from winning that game last night against the Spark. A home run ball from the Vipers went over the foul pole. I did not see it. This is what I've been told by multiple people, though. Went right over the foul pole, which, as we all know, is a home run. The umpire called it a foul ball, and the Vipers would have won if it had been called a home run. But a controversial call away from beating the Spark and winning the series. The Vipers are yet to win a series. They are 2-8 on the season, but they'll see what we can do against the USSSA Pride coming up this weekend, and that runs through Sunday. So excited about that series happening there at Choccolocco Park. That is about all the time we have for you here on this Friday. We'll get a brand new week started on Monday. We'll celebrate the 4th of July. All kinds of great stuff coming up next week. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk to you next time for more Southern Sports Now here on the East Alabama Now Facebook and YouTube.